the rundown. It's Monday, Cyber Monday. It is Cyber Monday. It's presented by Oakhart. Keep on drinking and keep on buying. The more you drink, the more you buy. It is also presented by Conair Eye Stubble Trimmer. Conair designs products that elevate grooming from basic hair removal to a ritual of looking good. The Conair Man Eye Stubble Trimmer is sold on Amazon. The link is below. Makes a great gift for guys this holiday season. Shape up your facial hair for Movember. We all use it. Keeps us looking respectable. It's Cyber Monday. We're we're doing a telethon. I am getting buried alive.
You can't see it right now, but there's like
tons
of dirt right there waiting to be buried.
It's a fucking weird scene in the office right
It's
now.
one of those things, too. I have no idea how it's going to work. This wasn't my idea. People are going to be like, whatever. It was supposed to be bury Nate alive, but then it's, well, I'm the one who does the gimmick with dying.
So let's clear that up, because you did not have to do this at all. It was going to be Nate because he's a weirdo.
I'll do anything to sell merch.
But Nate would have filled this role. You wanted to get
But why
buried
would
because it's
we
your joke.
randomly
Wrong.
bury Nate alive?
Exactly.
Because he's
Just
a creep.
like,
'Cause he's
fuck you, Nate, we're going to throw dirt on you every time?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that wouldn't work either, fellas.
I don't hate that.
Look me in the
This
eye.
makes much more sense.
Who do you think? All right.
Of
So
course-
Nate would have been in the casket talking, getting buried alive, versus
great.
me. Who do you think is going to move more merch?
Understood.
That's
was-
all I care about.
This was also one of those random things
That's
where Nate's
literally all I
like
care
pro,
about.
like, I want to just get buried alive for no
Well,
reason.
what's funny was that Nate went from like, I don't want to do this, to like, I think he was going to get a little bit of bonus for it, and then he liked the idea of being in the center of attention, and then Dave was like, no, it's me.
Well, no, we went in a meeting. It's like, well, it seems like
It made
should
a
be
lot
me.
more sense. It did make a lot more sense. I also sneaky think you're going to love being the center of attention.
No, I would rather not be. I'd rather talk shit from outside the casket. So I will.
So it's going to be like a 2-hour show?
whatever.
I'll be hosting. Dave will be getting buried the entire time. The more shirts you buy, the more dirt we pile on. We'll also have all the bloggers on the phones. Pat McAfee and Heartland
You can
just
talk
rolled
to
in
them all.
here.
You can
we
talk
have,
to everybody.
We have commercials that everybody have recorded.
It was a weird day when Nate came walking up, like, depressed because he got buried alive, cucked by Dave.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was very much like Charlie Brown.
I never wanted to do the buried alive. I thought it was a stupid gimmick. It was Lewis's idea. We'll see how it works. But I'll be in the casket trying to move
I mean,
merch.
you can't tell me the idea of you being literally buried alive won't put asses in the seats.
The dirt makes it very real. I'm, like, pretty excited.
The coffin's a little too big for my liking, to be honest. The way it was described to me was that Portnoy schnoz was going to touch like the glass. There's some wiggle room.
It
Anyways.
still might.
Also,
doing that.
also the best part of the coffin was we were talking about how long it was,
Yeah.
and Chip was like, I don't know, I couldn't fit in it. It's only for little people. So it's designed for tiny Portnoy. He can fit in.
Also, I believe the Team Portnoy jumpsuits will be back on sale just for the telethon. They were big sellers. I know Frankie's actually upset because there's going to be like schlubs wearing our gear around.
Well,
but
did you
that's
hear,
just
did
how-
you hear what happened with that with Francis?
Yeah, Francis. he told
Francis
This is a
texted,
great one,
Francis texted Frankie being like, "What size do they run? Like, what color? I want to get one." And Frankie was like, "Maybe you shouldn't get
I
one.
prefer not.
Maybe not good for the brand."
So, anyways, tune in. The telethon, big hit last year. This year it's buried alive.
Yeah, big time.
NFL news. It's all but done. Who's going to play in the Super Bowl? It's the Patriots, the Eagles. The Eagles are very good. The Patriots are very good. They're both by far the best. I love people talking about Saints, Vikings, Rams. No,
Don't disrespect us.
that was easy. No, the Saints have no chance. They got thoroughly dominated. And by the way, Drew Brees. I like Drew Brees. Good guy. He's so overrated now as a quarterback. I mean,
Well, he's well beyond his prime.
Brady's still.
Brady's the
Yes,
exception.
we can't compare.
It does have an NBA feel where it's like these two teams are the best two teams by far.
By far.
It's you're right. It's Cavs Warriors of the NFL.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
kinda
going to
like whatever.
happen. Other news, the big story, Crabtree got his chain stolen again. by
Again,
the police.
twice.
That is one
that's-
of the most disrespectful things you can do to a human. Once, but to keep stealing
Twice.
your chain. And by the way,
That's
I
it.
think chain stealing should be legal. If you wear chains on the field, just rip them off.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, I know everyone got ejected, but I think in the court of law, like public court of law, stealing change is very much encouraged. I think you have to retire like from life. Forget about football. Like
just gotta
Crabtree, just the guy you always reference who went and sold goats in Italy.
Gino Carmuzzi.
You got a Gino Carmuzzi your whole life. That's it. You get your chain snatched twice. 1 strike, okay. 2 strikes, your life is over.
Yeah, my favorite part about these when there's like complete chaos, guys are swinging, there's like 30 guys, you can't tell who's who, and the refs are like throwing flags still.
like that, man.
It's like yellow flag pops out, it's like, buddy, like they're fucking killing each other, the flags are over.
You always talk about death. Like, Talib Ali fucking shooting people, and I mean, someone has to die at this point.
If you stole Talib's chain, he'd kill you. I always think Crabtree is not as tough as he
You know
actually
what? You know what it is? He's not a chain guy.
Who?
Michael Crabtree. You can't keep. You're not a chain guy if,
No,
if it
I
gets
don't-
snatched from you repeatedly.
I don't think Crabtree is real in the streets.
Right. Clearly.
Talib is.
And now,
Steve
and now,
Smith is very. You know when you have a tweet and you're just so proud of yourself, you just keep watching it over. Like I had a tweet of Steve Smith with the Ultimate Warrior, like sprinting like that because Steve Smith's the only one who's ever gotten the best of Talib. He's real in the streets.
yes, and Michael Crabtree is not.
Crabtree
He never
is
really
not.
has been. He's been soft like this whole career, right?
But no, I don't even mean
but
soft.
now-
You can be soft. I don't think push comes to shove. Crabtree has the balls to murder.
It's not about that life. But now here's the pickle. Do you wear your chain again?
You have to.
If
You
you,
have
get
nothing
it,
to lose.
if you get it snatched a third time,
Who cares?
That's just like
that's
like,
just Crabtree getting his chain
it's just
stolen.
dirt on the grave.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Look at Coley's in the
No, I think you got to go no chain.
I saw you tweeting about this. You can't not wear a chain.
Can't.
But if you get it snatched a third time, that's it. Like you have to execution. You have to kill that
I
person.
mean, I agree with you. He shouldn't be allowed back in the NFL. Like, he should be banished to,
wear
like, Belize.
He should wear clear tape and just tape it down.
I said he should glue it. I said he should just glue it to his chest.
If he tries to pull some sort of hijinks and it still gets snatched, that's even worse.
Yeah,
but nobody would know
imagine
that.
you pull the chain and it's like it has staples on it. You're like, what is this?
Yeah, right.
People are saying he should wear like a real heavy like chain link, but he's just gonna get decapitated if that
Oh,
happens.
it'll-
Like,
it'll
it's
rip his
losing.
head right-
He's no one's ever been inside someone's head more than Talib's been inside Crabtree's head.
I can't believe
Steve
it.
Smith maybe in Talib's head.
Yeah,
No.
but they only had that one altercation.
No,
right?
it wasn't one. It was like 17 straight personal fouls. Like
Yeah, but it was,
Talib
it was
lost
like
his
the
mind.
one game. It was the
Yeah,
one
I think
game.
there's more to it. And those are two guys who will take it to the streets. Gronk, this post-game press conference, pretty funny Gronk, vintage Gronk, where he's like, I'm not supposed to talk about the celebrations, but I really want to talk about the celebrations, but I don't want to get in trouble. So
But I don't think I should get in trouble for talking about them.
So I don't know what to do. It was as simple a Gronk moment as there is.
We got yelled at. We're not allowed to talk about celebrations. That's what we got told, but I kind of want to talk about it. But I kind of don't because I'll get in trouble. So I don't know what to do. So it just happened on the spot. It wasn't planned. We'll just keep it there.
I'm a dummy.
I don't think he
happened.
watches shit back either. I think
No.
he's like,
That's
he's,
gone.
once he's
He
out of
doesn't
there,
remember
that
that ever
never
happening again?
Right. He's
Gronk,
gone.
nothing happens in Gronk's brain.
Yeah, totally.
That is a perfect statement for almost everything. Nothing happens in Gronk's brain.
There's no like reaction. That's
It's funny. I mean,
stupid.
you on the football
Girls,
field,
football, weights.
like on the
That's it.
football field, do you think he, like really knows the playbook inside and out, or is it just like I'm gonna run out there and catch the football,
No, I think he knows
like
the playbook. He's
like a Manny
football-
Ramirez sort of thing? Like he
he's
was very
football,
smart in the box.
Football,
Chicks.
weightlifting, girls. Anything beyond
Put that on a fucking
it's
t-shirt.
just like that's not a bad T-shirt.
It's like the Gym Tan laundry.
Nice.
It's like Gym Tan laundry from
Cyber Monday.
That may be on sale for
make a little
Cyber
more.
Monday.
2 hours from now. You will see
That'll be
that
up
on a
there.
fucking shirt.
I might buy that. Francis can't buy it.
Weightlifting.
Weightlifting, girls.
Is
that it?
Yeah, it's like Gym Tan laundry
Yeah.
of
Oh,
2017.
it's a Gronk shirt or just a shirt.
Oh, I think it's gotta be a Gronk shirt.
Yeah, I think it's Gronk.
Or maybe you just do like Pat's colors. You don't have to put his face on it, but I see,
College football, Michigan lost.
they stink.
Yep.
No, Michigan doesn't stink.
They just don't have a quarterback, right?
Their quarterback, who is a Barstool guy, and I was killing it. I feel bad because I know he's worn our merch, John O'Corn.
Great, it's such a good quarterback name too. He's just not.
He
not
is.
good, huh?
So bad. I mean, there's bad. And then there's like can't complete a 5-yard pass to a guy who has nobody near him. Michigan, if you switch quarterbacks, Michigan wins that game at 3 touchdowns. I mean, there's nothing you can do. When you have
at what
inept
point-
quarterback play to the point, it's so inept that you can't do anything on offense because they can put 11 men in the box because
At what point does Harbaugh just go with a duffel bag to the newest, best high school recruit and make sure he gets some quarterback?
I don't know, the young kid and William Spate. You see our boy Spate transferring? So he's a big Barstool guy, William Spate. He's gone. I don't know if they need a quarterback. People are saying Harbaugh's in trouble. Shut up. You turn the program around.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if I'm a quarterback and I only got a couple years, I'm not putting my eggs in the Harbaugh basket.
What?
I'm saying he's not at this moment right now. I'm not committing to him because he's like a quarterback disaster. The program is a quarterback disaster.
They don't have a good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he has
made his bones on quarterbacks. He had Andrew Luck, and he had.
How can he not find one here?
They'll get one. He's only been there. Michigan is in the perfect place because they're building around and
you can just walk in and beat. Yeah, that's true.
They'll get the quarterback.
That's true.
But you can't. All these Ohio State stinks too. Michigan, you cannot win without a quarterback. Period. That's the end of the thing. Alabama, Auburn. That was a very good. Alabama that was as poorly coached as I've seen them in a while. The snaps, but Auburn's very good, so that wasn't surprising.
I think Bama's fine. I think they'll still get in.
So Bama will get in. Bama needs somebody to lose. If all the teams who should win, like if Georgia wins, Georgia's in. If Wisconsin wins, Wisconsin's in.
But I don't think. I mean, I think Miami with theirs, their loss.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Clemson. If Clemson beats Miami, Clemson is in.
Right.
And then if the SEC champ is who? The fourth team,
Georgia.
Oklahoma. So if all four teams who win, who are like those four teams who win, Alabama's out.
See, I want to see the world burn and see that happen because even
It
though
won't work. It won't burn though. That's not how it burns. Nobody's disputing that. Like who would you put in?
I'm just saying. I think even as poorly as they played, a Final Four without Bama will piss people off.
Yeah, but I guess
No,
it
well,
wouldn't.
so-
Right,
so
because
if-
everyone's like, if Bama's there every fucking year, fuck them.
No, it's not gonna piss anybody because who are you gonna kick out
So
of
what
that
you need
scenario?
is you need someone shitty to sneak in somehow, and then
If Ohio State
gets in, then it's a problem.
if Ohio State kills, this happened before. If Ohio State demolishes Wisconsin and somehow gets in and they have no business being in,
Then the world burns.
If they got in over Alabama, in that case, the world burns, and it should burn because Bama's 1,000 times better.
1,000.
Miami, horrible. By the way, shout out Dave
Jumped on
Portnoy. He
that
did
bandwagon.
gamble
Killed
on
that
Saturday.
one.
He
Yeah.
lost
Yeah.
1,000 straight
Yeah.
games every way possible. The fact that I'm even have the energy to talk right now, credit to me because I'm that depressed.
Credit to you.
Greg Schiano, named Tennessee coach. Tennessee students go bananas. They're because he's linked to the Penn State scandal. Supposedly, Greg McElroy, is that his name? Greg? Whatever, McElroy from Penn State testified that Schiano.
McQuarrie, right?
What?
McQuarrie? Mike McQuarrie?
Mike
Greg
McQuarrie.
McElroy's he's not involved in this.
Mike McQuarrie.
Right, okay.
Testified.
Bro, I'm totally wrong.
Whatever. Testified. You knew who I was talking about. Testified that he walked in. That
No,
Schiano.
let me tell you
that
this. Here's what happened. Here's another assistant coach told McQuarrie, Greg walked into my office one day, white as a ghost, and said, I saw Jerry in the shower doing something with a boy.
Correct.
Nothing
Okay.
was ever further investigated, no other facts other than that, but obviously that does not bode well for Greg Schiano.
So people went crazy at Tennessee.
Fuck Tennessee, though,
Our
because they don't give a fuck about
Our
this.
guy Clay Travis, who's one of the great frauds of our generation, also a big Rich Franklin guy. Is that the guy's name from Penn State? Rich Franklin? Who's the bald guy from Penn State? James Franklin, who, by the way, also is involved in like sketchy behavior, supposedly contacting a rape victim at Vanderbilt 4 days after the charges, lied under oath about whether he saw the alleged incident when he said he did, he said he didn't, so he's got his own skeletons. Tennessee does not like Schiano because they don't think
stinks.
Schiano can win. I disagree.
Well, that's why they don't like him. They don't want
Correct.
him because they don't like him as a football coach. They don't care about anything to do with Penn State.
Nothing.
Schiano has had a whole career after Penn State that nobody brought it up, nobody cared about it. This is what they use as their scapegoat. Obviously, if that's
Ohio
all correct,
State has him hired.
exactly. That's my point. So Rutgers did it. Ohio State did it. If he did,
Well, Rutgers,
if
I don't
he-
think they knew about it.
Right. It was prior to all that. Right. But I'm saying he's had his career elsewhere. If that's all true, obviously anybody involved in Penn State is fucked up. But Tennessee riding that wave when all it is that you don't think he's a good football coach, and then the Tennessee program backing down because of the Twitter mob, that's
And
bullshit.
politicians getting involved.
That's fucking bullshit. Because that is letting the inmates run the asylum. Because there will always be outrage about every hire you make ever.
Well, that's-
Everybody's got dirt, like you just said.
Yeah,
So
but it's
maybe it's not Penn State, but there's always going to be something that they can latch onto. And if Twitter gets loud enough, you're going to back out on your deal.
Tennessee is being extremely disingenuous. If they were going to complain about this hire no matter what, but they have something that's a smoking gun and
Right.
they're using that.
Right, but there's that's not a bad play. It might be disingenuous, but it's not a bad play. Like if you think, okay, we don't want to hire him because of his lack of quality he's going to add football-wise. Find something that people are outraged about, be on the right side of that, and you're fine.
Yeah,
But,
that's-
wait,
so it's
you're
not like
talking
it's
about the
not-
program doing that or the fans? The
I'm saying-
program wanted to hire him, and then the fans were like, fuck this, and they were like, okay, never mind, we're not hiring him.
Yeah, but you guys were just saying that they clearly, somebody had decided
He's
they didn't
saying
want him
it's
based
not a
off
bad-
of
he's saying
football.
it's
So it's
not- yeah.
at that point, you might as well use the whatever's positive in the public opinion.
Yeah, but
and
my-
just be like, yeah, well, latch onto that.
But my point
if
is,
he's not gonna
they
get hired
thought
anyways.
he was a good enough coach to hire him. So now all of a sudden, it's not that they doubt his football abilities. It's that they're like, we don't want our fans to hate us.
They don't want the PR disaster because it's
Right,
getting linked
and
to Penn
that's
State.
fucking. Yeah, I mean, I get it, and of course, it's the only situation where I really can I'd be like, fine, just cut bait. But it's bullshit to let it happen because if there was no Twitter outrage, nobody's talking about Penn State.
Yeah,
So it's caving to Twitter outrage, and the Twitter outrage is disingenuous because they don't actually care about the actual topic.
I agree with you, but I don't know what you'd want Tennessee to do differently. People are painting on rocks that they support child rape. It's not. They're putting them.
tough.
They're putting them
That's
in a
what, yeah.
box.
I mean, I guess that's the
basically.
only.
But I will say, even if that story is true about Shiano, I don't necessarily think he should not be hired. What happened at Penn State?
Careful.
I am being careful.
I'll have the fucking. I'll have Frankie hit
What
the Dave
happened
horn real
at
quick.
Penn State? Joe Paterno ran that program. There's people who came to Joe Paterno. If Shiano, they're saying, said he saw it. Shiano's an assistant. The way that was set up, and it's wrong, but Shiano, everyone's telling Joe Paterno what was going on. Joe Paterno was the one who swept it under the rug. It would have been, just like it would have been hard for, what's the guy's name with the red hair? McQuarrie, for Shiano, for these young coaches and stuff to be like, go public against Joe Paterno. That is a horrible, horrible decision to be put in.
I'm with you on a lot of like when you don't go against you got your job, you want to keep your job. If you walk in on the shower and you see that, you have to say something.
You have to, but they were telling.
But he
Paterno.
did, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
that's
if
right.
Shiano
Story is that he did.
If
So it's
Shiano
like-
did,
Right.
he told
What
another
they're
assistant
saying is
coach.
like in an idealistic like vacuum, yes, he should fucking raise hell.
Right.
However, he kind of did
The
like
real world, he did.
all that you would really expect someone to do, which is like went up,
Go
said
to the
something.
boss.
Right.
And everyone went to the boss, and Paterno kept it. I agree with what you're saying. You want him to do that. Everybody should do that. But I'm also saying.
I don't think I could work there. I'm just gonna say that. At the very least, I think I'm also out of there then.
Yeah, right.
But-
You're
but-
probably
but
like,
you-
but
you-
still.
You could hold that against. There's so many people.
There's a million people, yeah. So
involved in that
are we going to
program.
blackball absolutely everybody
That's what
from
I'm
Penn
saying.
State? You know what? Maybe. But
All right.
until we do that, it's kind of fucked up to pick and choose.
I am saying Greg Schiano saw something hideous. And yes, the right move once he realized Paterno was going to keep this quiet is you have to go public. I agree with that. I also think, all things aside, ruining somebody's life because they did talk and the guy
Didn't
who
do
is
anything with it.
God, like that is a tough thing to be like. Your life
because
is
it's ruined, right? Like, I mean, like,
Right.
Schiano's not getting another job.
Right. So
Like-
it's like you're ruined because this guy, Joe Paterno, kept his mouth shut. And I just think it's a hard situation. I agree with you, that's how it should go. But
You think your boy Belichick would give Schiano a shot? He loves Schiano. That's about
I think Kraft would stop it. Now.
Are you 99% right? I could see that being the only place that would be like.
But I am saying,
gonna do it,
if
and
I'm
it's-
Greg Schiano, I'm sitting there being like, how many coaches do we have on staff at Penn State? The reports are generally, it was brought up to Paterno. Paterno said he'd take care of it.
He never did, yeah.
And he's God in that state.
Right.
And for you, your career is, you're fucking blackballed if you're damned
done.
if you do, damned if you do. Don't, either way at that point. Everyone says Schiano's an asshole. Fine, that's irrelevant to what I'm saying right now. That's a tough situation. By the way, I think Tennessee, I don't know who the fuck Tennessee thinks they are.
That's the other
He is
thing.
a good coach.
That's the other
if you
thing.
can make Rutgers a winning program, you can make Tennessee a fucking winning. You got people like, yeah, it's tough.
My thing, just final note, you let the Twitter mob start to run the world, we're
They
all
have no
fucked.
choice.
In this situation, yes, but the next time, if it's not something as drastic as a Penn State scandal, and the fans don't like it, and they're spray painting whatever, and it's kind of seedy, and you I mean, just let the fans pick your fucking coach then.
Penn State
pretty
one's
much what
tough.
they do.
That's the problem.
That's
Penn,
the one,
Penn
yeah.
State one is.
But to me, like Schiano is not
The face of the scandal
he's
by
not
any
like
means.
the scandal.
No,
It's
not
just-
at all. It's not at all.
It's brought to you by Lisa, lisa.com/barstool, mattresses, $125 off any premium mattress and a free pillow.
Whoa.
They're mixing in fucking pillows, people. That's a $75
And the 125 is higher than usual too. Holy
it is.
shit.
$25 and a $25 Amazon gift card.
What?
They're basically paying you to buy this mattress.
Only today.
Only Lisa mattress. I got to recap that. That's so much. $125 off any premium mattress. Free pillow. That's a $75 value.
Great pillow.
$25 Amazon gift card today. I feel like I'm a Home Shopping Network guy. That's what they do. They just keep like whipping it.
Love pillows too. You can never have too many pillows.
Oh, I got thousands
Pillows
of
are
pillows in my
great.
bed.
I actually
Thousands
think
to choose
I
from.
think you can have too many pillows.
You just throw them off the side.
Yeah, and then it causes chaos. My guy,
You throw the ones you don't want, you take the ones you do like. Sometimes you get a little firm, sometimes a little soft. You can never have enough.
Great.
Braun. And now, Kevin, before the show, you're like, what'd LeBron do? I'm like, oh, he did his most obnoxious Instagram post ever. You're like, you always
I
say
laughed
that.
in his face. I was
You
like, I've heard
always say
that 1,000 times.
And-
I read it over. I laughed out loud. I said, that's it. I don't think I can defend
So
this guy ever again.
He had a wine night. LeBron considers himself a big wine guy.
Hashtag Vino Chronicles.
Hashtag Jesus take the wheel. Hashtag
When the Advil's not enough, you got to
on and on.
How did Jesus take the wheel have to do with anything?
Because he was too drunk to drive.
Yeah, when
But wasn't he like wine? Wasn't he like having wine in his place?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Where's he driving?
Jesus
to?
take the wheel just means like, it's out of my hands. I don't know
Yeah,
what's about
Jesus
to happen.
take the wheel.
All right, LeBron. From
So
LeBron.
talking about how he's just going nuts on wine, and he throws in at the end. Oh, by the way,
Don't talk to me.
don't talk to me about wine if you don't know anything about
What a
wine.
fucking
I don't have
dickhead.
time for you.
What a fucking dickhead.
So I'm gonna say something that's gonna give a window. Like when I did the scumbag taste test with like Hank, like I know that's comedy. Like we're doing like a bit.
Yeah.
What wine did we get?
It is all Cabernet. All Cabernet. 3 types of Cabernet. So let me start. Aged Gouda. You don't want anything too light.
Taste the hops.
There's no hops in wine, but
Granted, I was like that's the most I've ever risked in any one video. God forbid.
And it was on your face when you got it right.
God forbid Hank picked the expensive wine and I picked the cheap.
That would have been it.
The
Your
end of
entire
Barstool.
persona.
We're not sitting here. Nobody's
whole
here.
thing
We
is
don't
done.
have 100 people. We don't have this
Well,
set.
okay, I'm
We're
gonna
not
ask you.
getting buried alive.
I'm gonna ask you real
the
quick.
end.
What would be worse if you lost the pistachio challenge or the scumbag taste challenge?
Pistachio is never in doubt. That I knew.
What if you lost that?
That,
Dave, what if you lost that?
but I knew there was no chance because it's like I eat them so.
Right,
All
and the
right, how
wine
about
one was
this?
actually kind of a crapshoot.
The wine.
Total crapshoot.
That's just luck.
The wine.
It's just,
It says that he won't admit it, but on his face he's saying it was all fucking luck.
No,
It's a
it was
big
not
moment.
champagne taste.
that was such a big moment.
It was as
dude,
big a
no,
moment.
that was an exhale. Yes, that was not a like I told you so. That was a like thank God. Thank
When
God.
I saw Hank pick the dead opposite wines that I did, I was like, here we go. It's like 10 years of work has been put into this one fucking
Especially
thing.
that was like 15 versus like 80 or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't
Like
that crazy.
it wasn't that crazy, which is the whole point about this dickhead LeBron is that like really knowing wine, it's not about price or this or that. Like good can be cheap, cheap can be expensive can be bad. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, LeBron James. I'm sure he has a boatload of wine that he bought, but he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Love to do the blind taste test with
LeBron.
with someone like him, and I don't know if there's this movie like Psalm, like people are like, oh, it smells like tennis ball, like someone who really knows, and just fucking watch him get body bag.
Yeah.
He is the worst human who ever lived.
That one is
It's
tough
almost
to swallow.
impressive. Like he's invoking the worst like snobbery in the world, which are like a wine snob is the worst person on the
Yeah.
planet.
And
He'll
that's
sit there and
something-
just do this at dinner for 45 minutes.
When
You're
they
like,
put
"Fuck
their
you,
when they
dude."
put their whole ass nose in there,
everything, and they're talking about the grapes, the elevation, the bullshit. You're like, get the
nose,
fuck out of here. And
long
LeBron's just
nose.
invoking that out of the clouds on his Instagram.
and like the one thing that
insane.
like a pro athlete really should never have to worry about getting caught for being a wine snob. You know what I mean? Like
Why would you
Never-
say I'm a
you-
wine
yeah,
snob? Why would you just write I'm a wine snob? That's great.
The post is bad enough without the end being like, oh, by the way, Like, if you don't know wine, don't talk to me about wine. You don't know shit.
That's like honestly something Trump would tweet. Like they're both like that level just to rattle
Yes,
everyone.
yes.
And he's doing it dead serious.
But he's not trolling. He's just
No,
a fucking
right.
asshole.
He's the worst human who ever. I can't believe that didn't
It's
go
tough
viral
to-
except for me. It's like thank God, I'm like an internet watchdog.
I actually checked his Instagram to make sure that was like he
Real.
didn't
Like
have a
real.
no more
Yeah.
like job.
Miss Universe was last night. Miss South Africa won, rightly so. She's just.
I have no problem with her winning, but Miss Philippines was fucking robbed from the whole time.
I don't know what happened with that because I was.
She
on
didn't
her-
make the top 5.
She's like a robot. She was just very good at
She
everything.
was awesome, and she was so hot.
so
Like
hot.
too good, too smooth and everything.
I mean,
Maybe.
yes. The Philippines takes unless you. The whole crowd was Philippines. Their whole country was there. I don't understand how they did
Every
that.
time they had the flag up and everything.
Like old school Little League World Series where it's just Taiwan everywhere. That was like Philippines.
and then they just didn't even make her in the. Like, she lost, like, well in it. And she was a wild card to even get in.
No, she didn't lose.
She didn't make it to the top 5.
Yeah, she didn't make it to the top
That's
5.
not
Neither
good.
did Miss USA, which is surprising. I didn't think she deserved it.
She was, USA, we need better representation. Every time talking about the nuclear
I know.
physicists, shut the fuck up.
Miss South Africa, I mean, she's pretty fucking hot.
Yeah.
She's like sorority girl hot. She's like the hottest girl in every
She
sorority.
had
ever.
bitch face. She had like the high cheeks.
Yeah,
she had a
yeah,
bitch
she's
face.
just really, really pretty.
It's still must watch that they make the two finalists just hold hands and their faces are this far away
And
from each other
they're
when
so
they say
fucking
it.
fake to each other.
But it's they're acting as like you watch. I just stare at the loser for like the 5 seconds
Yeah.
afterwards. Acting's pretty decent. Acting.
no, yeah. I mean, if you let those girls, if their real feelings came out, they'd.
Oh, it'd be
murder each
great.
other,
It'd
Rip
be
each
like,
face off.
like
Shout
2
out-
seconds afterwards, backstage interviewing her would be.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. If you get real unfiltered feelings from those girls, it would be must-watch TV.
Fergie performed. I thought that was a little below her. Is she like off the map now?
Yeah, Fergie.
Ass,
I thought
though.
Fergie was dead. Yeah, that ass still pops.
Yeah, it does.
my man Steve Harvey did a good job.
You marry Josh Duhamel, then like you fucking put asses in the seats. He's a good-looking bro. This Alabama-Minnesota basketball game. By this point, I had retired from gambling. I would have taken.
What would you have
Minnesota.
done in this game?
I would have, well, Minnesota, the spread is 4, so I believe they covered by a point.
Yeah.
So Alabama, I didn't even know this, played 3 on 5 because a bunch of bench guys got thrown out. Somebody got injured. So they played 3 on 5 and like cut a 20-point lead down to like
They almost
3 at one point by just playing this triangle in. They stacked the paint. Minnesota couldn't figure out how to.
It was like a
do anything.
1-2 zone.
And then they had some guy who just come down and hit a fadeaway 3
Well,
every time.
so also what happened? They have one of like the best like pure scorers in the country apparently, and so that coach is like, go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's like no basketball is being played right now. The whole sport just broke down. Go nuts.
Did you see the Duke game?
No,
Duke was
last
down
night.
like 17, and then it was 2.5, and they won by 3.
Yeah.
It was actually
I've
phenomenal.
So yesterday I stopped
Boy,
gambling.
Hanesi was happy.
I would have like absolutely killed the board again in a good way, but I lost close to 30 straight games. I mean everything. It's unbelievable. Like I was doing the
Stake
math
with gambling.
on how impossible. There's something. I know games are 50-50. We said that. There's something in my brain that figures out mathematically who's going to lose. I don't know what it is.
Do you ever pick? Okay, I'm gonna pick my 5 winners and just bet the
Can't
opposite.
do it. Can't
You don't do
it.
that?
My brain's too advanced to do that.
Clearly.
No, it is. Like I'll figure out what's going on and I'll still end up on the loser.
You'll
You're too smart to gamble.
you'll reverse.
I'm
like
too
that.
smart to trick my brain.
Right. Because you'll then convince yourself that that's who you
That's
think
a
is
Stu
gonna
Feiner.
lose.
Me and Dan were talking about this on Friday when you were out. Stu Feiner always said like any game that you're very, very confident in is the bet you should not make.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
But you have to trust your brain.
I have made people think I'm good with money. That's not true. I'm good with Barstool.
Who
said-
thinks you're good with money?
No, I
What
thought
narrative is there out
like
there
that
that
I'm,
you're good with
I'm
money?
rich.
You
Yeah,
are
that's just- you got
you are
lucky
a
with the
first of all you got
company.
lucky. Second
Well,
of all,
I
you
mean,
are
lucky-
a fraction of how rich you should be.
I don't think lucky is.
Fraction of how rich you should be
Yes.
because you're bad with money.
Correct.
Okay, so nobody
Yeah.
thinks
I
that.
think people know that. That's
Yeah.
like-
I'd probably have an additional $4 to $5 million if I wasn't in it.
At least
a lot.
At
a
least.
lot.
I mean,
a
at
good
least.
amount of
You-
money.
ju-
Maybe
just,
7.
just March Madness alone
Maybe
every
8.
year.
Maybe 10.
I mean, you are
Probably double my money.
at least.
Nantucket House is getting bigger
At
and bigger.
least.
It's tough right now to even breathe. If we're being honest. So I have to retire now for good. If you hear me gamble again this year, then you got to just throw me in GA. Black Friday. And this is where I usually would be like, oh, no big deal, Dave. Thanksgiving you got murdered. It's Black Friday. Make all your money back. Cyber Monday. It's going to the company. It's going to everybody in this room. So that sucks.
Shake
So I'm
Lansing,
getting
food on the
buried
table.
alive for nothing.
My kids are going to college for free. Dave he's basically bankrupt.
We have Love Your Melon hats on sale. Those are
Those are very trendy.
Awesome.
Chicks are gonna love that.
Yep.
girls like that. Goes to 50% of profits go to pediatric cancer.
Oh wow, even better.
That's their gimmick. I don't know if we call it gimmick. We got all our shirts. We have the
Wet
Team
bandits.
Portnoy
Tigers back tees off
jumpsuits
Thursday.
will be
It's
back
great.
on
I saw them
sale
twirling.
only for Cyber Monday, and that's only if we hit a certain amount. And that's it. So tune in 6:30, Cyber Monday, Buried Alive. This should be an interesting.
Last year's Cyber Monday Telethon was one of the worst productions we ever put on. We didn't know what we were doing. This one we have a whole show planned out. It's gonna be very funny. Dave might die. That's it. Like that's the main seller. Dave might die.
We got a whole show planned out?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting buried alive.
All right, I got you.
Can't
That's
wait.
it.